Namaste and welcome to my series on DasMahaVidyas, the 10 great cosmic powers, the Tantra goddesses. This is episode 4, and today we're talking about Bhuvaneshwari. Just for reference, I will bring out the book again. This is the book, the 10 great cosmic powers, for everyone to have a reference. And Bhuvaneshwari. Now, since we have first we started with the dark stuff, then we went into Tara for some time. We saw the struggles and everything. Then we saw the love of everything. Bhuvaneshwari is a practical aspect of life. She makes this material world possible. Bhuvan in Sanskrit means world, and she's the Ishwari. She's the queen of the world. Quite literally, that's what she does in the world, in the cosmos. Yeah. So she stands for the concept of space, extended vastness, basically forming the world of names and forms. Now, for us, space is how much we can see, right? Space is what we can perceive, for example. Even if with all my senses and all my psychic powers I right now see, I may not be able to perceive the entire expanse of it, right? So what I do, I use perceptive power, means I create a perception, right? For example, you go to a temple, or you go to a mosque, or you go to a ashram, or you meet someone. There's a certain perceptive power that's being used from where some knowledge emerges, right? That is her. That is her job. She gives you the perception, the perceptive power to perceive this world. And also because she's the one creating it. So she's like, I'll give you the power to see.
Yeah.
Okay. So basically, she made a 3D movie, and perceptive power is the glasses we got. If you remove the glasses, you're not going to see it how she made it. So she'll give you the movie and she'll give you the glasses both. And how much you can perceive is the space, right? The space that gets created. Space also ether, okay, like the the vacuum and the void included. So she's also referred to as Jnana Shakti, which is means that the power to perceive knowledge, the place from where we perceive knowledge. That's also Bhuvaneshwari. Okay. Now our vision might be small, but the divine vision is vast. The primordial space from which all the worlds come into being is vast. And that is the Loka. Like that is what is perceived. So whatever is perceived out of this divine vision, we call it Loka. So we call Paralok, right? So what is Paralok? Meaning one part of this space, this divine orchestra, का एक instrument. Okay. Now she is the ether, right? The Akash element. So she supports and nourishes the world. And that's why she has this beautiful name which you should know. She's called Jagatdhatri.
Hmm.
Jagat is world, Dhatri is the one who nourishes or supports. In the Vedas now, Bhuvaneshwari corresponds to Aditi. Now, who is Aditi? She is the great mother of gods. And this Aditi aspect is a very interesting aspect of Bhuvaneshwari because she is basically creating the god world also. Uh, to realize now, Aurobindo has this very beautiful. Also, by the way, a lot of this book has works of Ganapati Muni, who was one of the most popular, you can say, followers of Ramana Maharshi, and Sri Aurobindo. So, in this aspect, I'm going to refer to Sri Aurobindo when I speak next. He says There is the human being, above that is the God world, and above that is the truth. Okay, gods and goddesses at some point also need to take human birth to actually go to the highest. So gods and goddesses are not the highest. They have
Hmm.
roles to play for this whole cosmos to work in the way it works. And hence we pray to them for that one aspect, sort of. We have that creator and creation ka relationship. That relationship is even possible because they are not the ultimate truth. Otherwise, how will you have any relationship with them, right? So now Aditi is the mother of all these gods. So how Bhuvaneshwari is perceived here in this context is the truth light. The light, that ability for us to see the truth. That's Bhuvaneshwari's job in this world. She is the extent of space that is covered in the perception. तो आपका जितना परसेप्शन है, जितना भी आप देख पा रहे हो, जितना भी आप परसीव कर पा रहे हो, वो आपकी स्पेस है. दैट्स एक्सटेंट. दैट्स भुवनेश्वरी's job in your life, making it very practical also, right?
Yeah.
Now is the most interesting part of this lesson. She is also called Maya.
Hmm.
Yes, the root ma means to measure. How, what is space? Space का definition क्या है? By default, space is, you're basically measuring the immeasurable. Now, this action, when people try to measure the immeasurable, demarcates again. Like time का था काली के साथ, right? This is space का relationship है भुवनेश्वरी के साथ. It's the same parallel understanding. Okay.
Okay.
Now, the skill, the feat implied in measuring the immeasurable is interpreted as cunning, right? Something like magic. Hence, it is called Maya.
Hmm.
अब जो गिन नहीं सकते, फॉर एग्जाम्पल the infinite stars in the sky, or the infinite liters of water in the ocean, huh? We try and go measure that how many gallons of water could be there in the ocean. That is crazy. Also cunning, if you are like able to convince someone, ha itte gallons hoga, and some people are actually believing, or you if just say that, and then people are, wow, that's magical, how did this person even get there? That's how Maya is. So this is the aspect of Bhuvaneshwari also.
Hmm.
Like Kali had the delusional part, she
Yeah.
has the Maya. क्योंकि ये बहुत प्रैक्टिकल है और वो बहुत मेटाफिजिकल है. Now, she's basically enabling this play of existence, which is concealed at first from us by Maya. तो ये लीला हमें दिखती क्यों नहीं है? क्योंकि हमारी आंखों पे इसने वो 3D ग्लासेस लगा रखे हैं. उसमें वो ही वाला मूवी दिखते रहता है. जब हम वो ग्लासेस निकालते हैं, वी आर वेरी अनकंफर्टेबल. द न्यू वे ऑफ सीइंग द वर्ल्ड, यू नो. Muji has this very beautiful example. He says when demonetization happened in India, he used that as a metaphor. He said, now the old currency will not work. And you're going to be sitting with that old currency. Like, let me get a piece of paper. Say, for example, oh wow, I actually picked up her photo
Ah.
to give you. सो ये पेपर अगर पैसा है, ठीक है, डिमोनेटाइज हो गया. नाउ यू स्टिल हैव दिस पेपर, बट उसकी कोई वैल्यू नहीं है ना. देयर इज नो वैल्यू ऑफ दिस. सो इट्स नॉट दैट you don't have the concepts from your earlier life, that you forget who you are, or what knowledge you had, or what activities you did, who was your partner, whom were you born to, where you were born. ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं होता कि you forget all that, right? But when a person is in awareness, their worldview shifts completely. And that power that doesn't let us see the real is Maya, but which will make us see the real is Bhuvaneshwari. You with me?
The last thing, can you repeat that again?
I said the
Yeah.
one that doesn't let us see the real is Maya.
Okay. Yeah.
The one who enables us is Bhuvaneshwari.
Yeah.
ये उसी के दो एस्पेक्ट्स है, टू साइड्स ऑफ द सेम कॉइन अगेन.
Okay. Yeah.
Now afterwards, we have to emerge from this error and realize the truth of Maya, where quote unquote each and quote unquote all coexist in the inseparable unity of one truth. तो पहले तो भुवनेश्वरी मेड द वर्ल्ड आउट ऑफ names and forms, correct? You
Yeah.
with me?
Yeah.
Then she made the play of existence.
Yeah. Maya.
Then she concealed it with Maya.
Yeah.
But now, what is the whole idea? What is the crux of this business? Is to emerge from this error. What is the error? What is the misunderstanding here? That these are separate things. तो वो कहते कि each and all are coexisting in the inseparable unity of one truth. So Bhuvaneshwari is also Prakriti, the dynamic
Ah.
form,
Okay.
active nature of the cosmic creation, and a dynamic force of the passive Purusha. तो ये प्रकृति भी है, ये माया भी है, लेकिन ये भुवनेश्वरी भी है.
Okay.
और वो she's so trippy, like one of the trippiest I feel. Hence, now hold your breath. This is going to be a long, strong flight. Kali and Bhuvaneshwari as time and space make the manifestation of names and forms possible.
Ah. Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Kali arranges the
Hmm.
time and sequence of things. And Bhuvaneshwari orders the event and the circumstance in the sadhana. तो मेरे केस में रेफरिंग टू द अर्लियर एपिसोड ऑफ ललिता, टाइम एंड सीक्वेंस, मेरा टाइम आ गया था, राइट? My time had come to meet the goddess and to see the divine union. But the very fact it happened in Tiruvannamalai, the very fact that it happened with these people was decided by Bhuvaneshwari.
Okay.
That's the way it works. How amazing, right? Like,
Yeah.
I live this knowledge. I know this could be very technical for a lot of people, but for me, this is really my life. And if you really relate, you will see it is life itself. It is very practical. These are not terms. This is not in the books. It's very much a representation of your and my spiritual life. Okay. So
Question.
Bhuvaneshwari. Huh. Sure.
So you mentioned that these things are inseparable, but yet the way you mentioned that it felt separation between Kali and Bhuvaneshwari. So I got. Could you elaborate?
Okay.
Could you put?
Sure.
Yeah.
Huh. So the inseparable part is the part which is referred to each and all, meaning the names and forms of everything. That the
Okay.
fact that this is a cup,
Hmm.
that is a bottle, you are a man, I'm a woman.
Hmm.
This is what it's referring to.
Okay.
But like I said, ultimately the goddess and the power is one.
Yeah.
But it you see the play of it, because that will make sense to you for you to get over this illusion faster. All
Why?
of this knowledge is, sorry,
How will it make illusion?
yeah,
Uh,
all of this knowledge is basically organizing the chaos of Maya. All spiritual
okay.
life
Yeah.
is
Uh,
organizing the chaos.
hmm.
And then once you see the chaos for the chaos, Ramana has this very beautiful thing he says. He says, ki once you see that something is garbage, and if someone, the garbage picker will come on your doorstep and will ask for garbage, will you go to the entire dustbin again? No,
Yeah.
you will just give it
Yeah.
because you've already discarded. Whenever you were putting one item at a time, you made that decision consciously that this is garbage.
Yeah.
So all over again, you don't have to, right?
Yeah. So
So all
why do we need to distinguish if it's I'm
it's
still
one at
not
a
getting
time,
the
one item at a time to throw.
okay. Okay. Yeah.
One journey at a time, one guru at a time, one satsang at a time, one life lesson at a
Okay.
time, one relation at a time, one academic success at a time, one professional failure at a time. This is the game. This is the whole game of why we are doing what we are doing in the world.
Yeah.
So fascinating, right?
Yeah.
How they could make representations out of this journey so
Yeah.
accurate. Everybody can relate to it.
Yeah.
There are forms, there are temples, there are yantras, there are mantras, there is
Yeah.
tantra is
It's so
so
rich. Yeah.
rich, so immaculate.
Yeah.
Uh, it
And
fascinates me to know and that someone actually thought through this and made such a beautiful path. Unlike Advait Vedanta, which is just so plain, it's like gray. It's black and white. Whereas Tantra is super colorful.
yeah.
And I studied both because I feel both had a place in my life. So today we are studying this, but at the very core, I've studied more Advaita Vedanta than Tantra somehow because I wanted direct knowledge. But I also enjoy this expression of spirituality. Okay, so the aspect where I was saying how Bhuvaneshwari and Kali work in tandem. No,
Yeah.
now one more thing. Bhuvaneshwari is basically the stage on which Kali dances. Kali is referred to as dancing with Natraja. Natraja is the consort, right, of
Yeah.
uh, this form. And
Okay.
why is it so? Because he is the best dancer in the world.
Ah.
And what is she doing? She's dancing to the beat of time in the consciousness space, which is, of course, given by Bhuvaneshwari.
Yeah.
What is this entire phenomenon called? It's called Chidambara, which is also referred to the temple in Chidambaram.
Hmm.
So the Shivagami over there, Chidambara, the Nataraja's consort, is basically Bhuvaneshwari.
Okay.
It's that's the game also, but sorry, that's Kali, not sorry,
Yeah. I
Shivagami.
was. Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry, but the
Mhm.
stage on which this both are standing in Chidambaram is given by Bhuvaneshwari.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, she's referred to as World Mother, and her sound is Vrim, Rim,
Vim.
Hrim.
Okay.
What is the sound? It's the yearning of the heart cry because she's the world mother, right? So when you have worldly problems, when you have materialistic struggles, you cry from your heart. And where does it reach? It reaches Bhuvaneshwari.
Hmm.
Hence, she also referred to as Adhar or support for all manifestations.
Okay.
Her worship grants immutable peace, support, and sustenance. So, a lot of people could pray her for worldly success. That's one of the jobs. I don't go into that because this course is
Um,
mainly meant for people seeking spiritual gains. But if you want to have a smoother material life, she's the one to go to. Yeah.
okay. Yeah.
Now to method. But I mean, no matter what worldly support you get, Ultimately, what you want is the ultimate peace, right? That's like the ultimate aim of spirituality, the shanti, the ultimate peace. She says the method to get this peace is to extend and expand oneself by directing one's attention or gaze between himself or herself and the object. I'll repeat this. You remember the sadhana for Kali was? You remember that?
Yeah.
The inhalation and exhalation?
Yeah.
Ah. The parallel sadhana is there about space.
Okay.
The union of inhalation and exhalation is Kali,
Yeah.
whereas the space between me and the object of perception is
Yeah.
Bhuvaneshwar.
Okay.
Realizing that space, what is that? To be a witness, Sakshi
Um,
Bhav.
okay. Uh,
When you
okay. We
are,
just a space. Nahi, Sakshi. Okay. Yeah. Got it.
yeah, when you realize that space, you become a witness to the stillness itself, to the Purusha. So she's basically Sakshi Bhav. Bhuvaneshwari is the witnessing. She is the Sakshi Bhav itself. We feel, right? The world lives in us, but um, it's like the separation in the mind makes us feel like this. But actually, the thing is, the world lives in us. It thinks in us. It forms itself in us. But what do we imagine? That we live, we think, we are separate by ourselves and for ourselves.
Yeah.
The sense of separation is born from here. So, what will happen if you pray to Bhuvaneshwari? The sadhaka will realize that his body is the limb of the universal body. His mind is part of the universal mind, and his spirit is the part and parcel of the universal spirit. The ultimate union with the spirit is possible through her. And all along, one might be thinking that they live in the universe to only realize one day that the universe was always living in him or her. So that's Bhuvaneshwari's last message.
Mm, beautiful.
So, yes, here we are. Any questions?
It's also deep and so impressive.
Mm.
Um, what when I hear this, what also rattles me is, uh, so you start with Kali and or any of them, which feels like. So for Bhuvneshwari, you also mentioned that's Adi, which is the mother of. And then when you talk about Tirupura Sundari, then that's also like a queen. So everybody feels like that's the first one. But every time you hear this is the first one or the top one, so it's
Yeah,
and I can understand because there is not hierarchy as well in a
yes,
way, but it also feels but they are one and two and three, so it's this this always is bit of but I think the best way to put it is that there are different phases or faces or different
yeah.
aspects of Devi. uh,
They're all in parallel. Like how I was saying that I'm also a sister to someone, then I'm also a Masi to
yeah,
someone. You also work in the corporates, but you're also doing this with me right now. Different aspects of us, they are represented outside us for us to see that none of this is separate.
yeah,
That's the whole game of not seeing anything separate. But because we are so identified, human beings are so identified with everything that's happening in the world, all other aspects outside, that from whatever way possible, all the spiritual knowledge is trying to bring us in to be antarmukhi, which is turn inward and give all that energy and love inward, all that grace inward, all that effort inward, so that to only realize that there was no separation outside. So the way out of the samsara is way in.
Yeah.
You know, so that's the beauty of tantra also, and I love this expression of spirituality as well. How much I love Advait Vedanta. I keep referring to Ramana and Muji and my guru and everybody is because I believe both these expressions are equally potent and they work for me. So yeah, and I'm sure it will work
Yeah.
for a lot of people. So that's the intention here. Anyway, so is there anything else?
No, thank you. Thanks a lot
Well,
for sharing it.
so we'll meet for episode 5 onwards again. For now, I'll just say so. Thank you for watching, everybody, and stay tuned for the next episodes. Uh, Shri Matre Namah. Jai Ma.
Shri Matre Namah.
Okay, thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, please comment below. If you have a sharing, please send me an email. My email ID is mentioned. And I hope the goddess blesses you with all the love, grace, and joy.